Hello, it's Vicki LaRoe from Modern Jewelry Makers. This is just a quick little preview for a small estate sale launch we have coming up here soon. I like to make these videos to go over the different details about the pieces. It just allows me to share more information. That way on the actual listing on the website, when they go on sale, generally there'll just be a picture and then a quick, like one line, 10 millimeter magnet clasp gold, and that's it. This video is where to get more of the details about the pieces, and this allows me to kind of show some different samples and that kind of thing. So we're going to go through them here in a second. This is part of an estate sale collection that was gifted to me a little while ago. I've mentioned it before. I am not really selling off a lot of it. I'm using it as like an example. I'm making a new course and a new buy-sell group. I won't be doing estate sales like consignment for customers anymore. For the most part, there's always exceptions, like certain inventory or certain circumstances. But for the most part, I'm not going to be doing them any longer, but I do want to help my customers sell the pieces for themselves. And so I'm creating a buy-sell group where my customers can sell pieces they want to that they might have had for a long time. And then those same customers or other people can also then purchase these special pieces that are maybe not available, anymore. But it will be within like our community, and so I think it will be a win-win, since people that have shopped at my store, the Bead Factory, that was open for almost 3 decades, we carried mostly higher quality materials and products, and so it's not the type of thing that can be easily sold on like eBay or something. Again, because of the quality, you won't always find that customer there either that knows what they're looking at and wants to purchase it. So again, this is where I can bring both of it together, bring our community together, and help you evaluate what you have and facilitate that process of selling amongst each other. And so I'm really excited to bring it together. And I'm going to try to, I just mention it a little bit in each video, but I mention it here because this is, for the most part, just a little collection of findings. There's some pendants and chains and things, but for the most part, it's findings. And I apologize, it's a little dark, so we can't quite see all the metal colors and things. But I'm going to bring pieces up as close to the camera as I can. Plus, on the website and in the email, there'll be close-up photos, too. But very soon, I'm going to be moving very soon. And the most important thing about me moving is to be somewhere that has a lot of natural light for these videos. So I'm so excited, and I'll have a better camera, and I had to turn off all the fans. It's so hot in here, but the fans make a lot of noise on these videos, and so I promise I will try to go through this as quick as I can because it's so hot. But anyway, going through this collection, right, I've done probably 15 of these maybe, and everyone can sort things however, the beads and the jewelry making supplies however they like. A lot of times we sort by color. Very often, though, it's by category. These are all my pearls, all my gemstones, all my pendants, all my findings, etc. And the thing about having all findings together, which makes sense because that's how we'll use them, but there's such a wide array of qualities, and for the most part, they're almost always all mixed together, again, which is fine. But when it comes to reselling them, it will matter a lot. And so it even takes me a long time to kind of pick through and sort things into, this is vermeil, this is sterling, this is terra cast, this is white bronze, this is sterling fill versus whatever. And so it takes me a long time to do that. And so that's, again, another part of, I think, the benefit of this buy-sell group is I'll be able to help people decipher kind of what they have and where the value is. And so what I've done here is put things in small groups, and it's just a little bit of a mix of everything, but I'm excited to share them. So we're just going to go kind of zoom right through them. This is a collection of vermeil, which is sterling silver with generally an 18 karat gold over the top. It's a way of getting a beautiful gold color without actually paying for a gold filled product, and so it's a lot less expensive. And so these are in their pairs or sets. For the most part, everything kind of we're looking at is how it's going to be sold. There are multiples of a few things, but I would say probably 75% of them are just kind of the one set of things, so it makes it really special. Anyway, so we have a couple sets of cones, caps, clasps, and spacers. I'm gonna, this little, technically it's a bead, but I call it a double cap. It's really the design on it. It's quite pretty, and I just tried to throw some beads together to get an idea of look how pretty that is with that gorgeous pearl. Right, so it would make a really easy but stunning earring. I mean, all we've done is strung that on there, so we need a loop at the top and we're good to go. Right, look how pretty that is. Or pendant. Right, it's a gorgeous piece. This little cone is really lovely. It has a gorgeous pattern on it, that little scroll pattern. Look how pretty. It's more of a satin, and then that pattern is shiny, so the contrast is really pretty. Another thing I wanted to show with this is a beautiful pearl, but it does have a funky like shape to it. Sometimes on our strands of pearls there'll be like, you know, one or two that are kind of, see how it's kind of sliced off there at the end. So it's, you know, kind of a weird shape. It would look kind of odd in a necklace, but all right, we just cone right over it. Look how pretty that is. Or a cap or something like that would work great. Here's these little spacers. Right, these are going to be sold in a set. They're really pretty in this satin look. And so generally, right, we'd string the 3 rows, and you'd see kind of from the side. It's really pretty. That'd be lovely. And a bracelet. I was also thinking you could, though, technically do an earring also. Now you just need 3 through here and a loop at the top, and then do chain kind of from the sides. And you could dangle something in the middle. Be really pretty. All kinds of options. This little tray is a collection of TierraCast. TierraCast is an American manufacturer that went out of business at the end of 2023. Its quality is second to none. The silver is rhodium plated. The gold has a bonding with 18 karat gold that makes it like lost forever. So the pieces are exquisite. They're perfect, and I like to have, I come across little bits and pieces of them, and I want to point them out because they're no longer, you can probably still find them now because they only closed, you know, it's less than a year ago, but, you know, soon, like Swarovski crystal, they will disappear. So anyway, there's a couple sets of these 5 whole spacer bars, here's a set of 5-to-1s, a 3-to-1, this beautiful horseshoe toggle clasp. I love these. So it's a multi-strand clasp with this really pretty thing. Again, gorgeous for a multi-strand bracelet, I think. And then I also just kind of showed the sides really pretty. I mean, their detail is exquisite. I love these for bracelets, especially I've got a couple like elastic bracelets. There's, you know, the spacer bars make them really fun, kind of jazz up the whole look. Here's a little tray of some pewter pieces. These little components are little 5-to-1s. They'd be a gorgeous little earring, right? But they'd also be really pretty as a multi-strand, as your end for a bracelet or necklace, right? You would do a clasp in between, but then you could do 5 strands off them. There's a little set of these intricate little tube beads. These little oval frame beads are really pretty. I just kind of threw this little amethyst in there. Ideally, you want something that fits. You could do a small spacer bead on either side of that, so it fits a little bit better. But they're really pretty. It's just a nice way to do a little earring. Those will be sold individually, and these little components in pairs. So if there's a lot of something, I broke them up. But if there's only, again, one or two, then it's in a set. There is this little pairs of cones. So there's a little Christmas tree pair, the scroll. I love these little scalloped ones. I put it on one of our shell pearls. I think that looks so like vintagey and retro. Look how pretty this is. It's like a satin with this lovely little, you can't really see it, the black on it is really, really gorgeous. The other set has more of a netting kind of pattern. I also think is really pretty. Right, and you don't have to do like a bead like this for an earring. They're great cones for multi-strands or a pendant. I think they're really, really pretty and fairly inexpensive. Yeah. Then we have some sterling. We'll start with, here's a little bit of Thai silver, right? Sterling silver is 92.5% silver to be sterling. Thai silver is pure silver. It's 99% sterling. So there's a different look to it. It'll be heavier. So there's a little collection here. I put a couple little hearts on some wires so you can see it was center drilled. There's a little collection of little nuggets I'm sure people are familiar with. And then there's a couple little filigree ones. The Thai silver is really, really pretty. Always increasing in value. And then there's a couple different sterling beads here. These particular ones are Indian, but they're a great little shape that we're doing by the hair. They're really, really pretty. I think it's a really fun shape. So those will be by the pair. And then these are gorgeous. These are Italian sterling. And I put a couple on little too. I love how they're hollow, right? So you can really see the pattern and design, all the work on there, but it makes it a little bit lighter, right? Because sterling is priced by the gram. And so by having it hollow, it's also a little more affordable. Very pretty. And we'll keep moving while we're in sterling. So like I've had in a couple sales, it's just kind of a mixture of sterling beads that I put together because it's just kind of one of all these. And they're really pretty similar in size, I think from maybe 9mm up to 14. And they all have that beautiful articulation on it. They'd really be pretty like linked together, maybe with gemstones in between or something, because they all again have that same look to them. But so that's being sold as one lot. If I can't remember if I mentioned before, right? But we find a current retail if we can or figure it out, and then it's marked 30 to 50% off. So that you're finding items that are no longer available, many of them, most of them, but then also getting them on sale as well. This is a little collection of sterling findings. There's some cones, a couple other sets of cones, these little reticulated ones. These need a polish. I'm not going to polish them. 50% off. You can polish them. It's a set of Kumihimo cones, very pretty. Another little set of the double capped beads. All right, I just put some little amethyst on here. They'd be great in a necklace, but I think they'd make a really great little easy earring. And then there is, these beads are what we call Indian silver. So they're not sterling, because sterling has to be 92.5. But they are sterling silver mixed with, but they're silver mixed with nickel or pewter. Right, a long time ago, sterling wasn't really very valuable. It wasn't valued the way gold is, say. And, so, and because it's so soft, it really wasn't very usable either. But they did like the color, right? It's a light silver color, where pewter and nickel and things are dark. And so it would often be mixed with these metals. So it was a lighter, prettier color, but then again mixed with nickel or pewter, what have you, to give it some strength, right? Because sterling on its own is so soft. So pieces like that are not high enough in silver content to be called sterling, but still have some in it and still have that similar look. We call them Indian silver, but they also are made in Mexico. They do some version of that. But it's an opportunity to get kind of that same look, but they'll be a lot less expensive. They won't go up in value, though, the way sterling will, but still nice opportunity. Those will be by the pair as well. Okay. We had a gorgeous selection of high polished bronze. When sterling and gold started becoming really expensive, 2010, maybe a little bit before, this designer who made all these beautiful pieces in sterling and gold started making them in high polished bronze, this beautiful bronze color, and then white bronze, which was just a sterling over the bronze. So beautiful designs, exquisite patterns, and really gorgeous colors. So this little cone is one of my very favorite cones that they make. It's so pretty, though, the filigree cone. I love it because you can open it and close it a little bit, so you've got some adjustment as far as size. I put it on this kind of a funky shaped nugget of moonstone, because with the way you can adjust the sizing, it's a nice, like that works really well. You know, it's a pretty little pendant, and the way it can fit over it, right? A lot of stones, a lot of your big nugget stones like that are drilled like that, kind of on funky ends, and so that allows you to kind of, you know, cover it up and turn it into a pendant. There's a couple of sets of the small cones I love. It's really pretty. Scroll toggle, flower toggle. These little 3-to-1, really cute little clasps. This lovely leaf pendant piece is different. This is Nina Designs. Her little maker's mark is on the back, but the process is the same. She also had gorgeous designs from Indonesia that were sterling and gold. She did a lot of gold fill, but then made her designs in high polished bronze and white bronze. And so this is one of those. So beautiful. And that same manufacturer also did their designs in some copper. So there's that same beautiful clasp and cone in copper. And then these are different manufacturer, this JBB, but these are some beautiful floral copper toggles, scallop clasps, and some cone sets. So some lovely copper designs there. We'll do some clasps. Here's some gorgeous crystal magnet clasps that I just love. I just think they all look so kind of vintage, like retro. This is so pretty. And I apologize if I'm always like, tooting my own horn about quality, but the metal colors is a big deal, right? None of these were like in plastic Ziploc bags or anything. They were thrown in their container. And so the color has held up beautifully, you know, as you'll find with a lot of older gold. So it's just a beautiful magnet clasp. This little one is, the silver color is antique silver. So, and then it has this beautiful little design. I hope you can see it in the photos, but it's a beautiful kind of floral design, and then embedded little rhinestone, little crystals. It's a very large magnet, right? I talked before about the size of the magnet is really what's going to, what makes it like a lot of the quality for how much your magnet clasp will stick together. This little one is our traditional crystal magnet that we used to carry all the time. The difference in these, they have a beautiful magnet, but also see these little notches? I can get the light on them. That's what helps these stick together, and so you don't ever lose them if you've experienced that. So if you go to put this on and it's cattywampus, you want to turn it. I'll be quiet till it does that, even though it's out of focus. You can hear it. So like I said, our normal ones that we carried or used to carry have the little notches on them. So you just want to make sure to turn it till it attaches. Now, also in the middle of all these findings, I found these gorgeous gemstone clasps from India. These are my same manufacturer that I buy all my gemstones from, and so they're 100% natural, beautiful cut stones. And I'm sorry it's so dark. This iolite is to die for. It's vermeil box clasp. It's beautiful shape, beautiful quality. This eye light is stunning, and the light's so pretty. And then there's a little bit smaller one in a teardrop color. It's so gorgeous. Right, these are great for bracelets, or the front is a pendant. Right, we never put it in the back of a necklace because you can't see it. There's this beautiful big sterling one with this big carnelian oval. It's faceted. The table is, the top of the stone is faceted. It's so pretty. So gorgeous clasp. So there's those ones available. Then this little tray is kind of a hodgepodge. They really don't have a lot in common except kind of the scrolly design. There's a lovely set of the satin filigree, or satin kind of a, I guess more of a filigree pattern. These little components I bought in New York and have little rhinestones around the outside. They're just great to link together for like a necklace. It comes in a little set of 5, or a multi-strand, or for an earring. Be great. This little cross has a satin vermeil gold plating, and then this cute little sterling handbag has been oxidized. It's so adorable. Has little, latches that it opens, and that little key, and a little loops there, so you could make it into a necklace. You could put something inside of it. Right? Look how darling. That's so cute. Then this lovely collection of leaves. I just put it together because there were leaves, I guess. Some sets. And thankfully, these were still in the bag they came in with the receipt from my shop, which was great because I would have underpriced them. So that's why it's sometimes so nice that the prices are still on things. But this beautiful ginkgo leaf as a pendant and the 2 earring pieces. I love this leaf. This gorgeous patina bronze leaf, and then the 2 smaller ones for pendant. And then this big like a lily pad with the ladybug on top. This is sterling, right, in PMC. And the store, when we were on 6th Avenue, I used to buy from a lot of individual artists. And so like the maker's mark and signature and stuff is on there. I just can't recall her name to save my life. I can see her face clear as day, but I cannot. Hopefully I'll remember her name. But that's the thing. We had so many specialty pieces in the shop that I can't recall, but this is one of them. And so it's really fun for me to come across those items in people's collections. This is another little tray of more leaves. This little collection of charms is tier cast. There's these lovely big hook leaves that are in pewter. And then these, same thing, but these have the maker's mark on them. I can't read it, I can't remember. But again, these are from 6th Avenue. I mean, the color, stunning, gorgeous. The quality is just held up beautifully. And it's curved to be just a gorgeous bracelet, but it's also easy to flatten it out if you wanted that to be the front of for a necklace. And the same is true on the little antiqued ones, right? Are so pretty. Very easy to flatten them out if you wanted to. Or I think this would be so cute on the sides of a necklace, right around the collarbone. I think it's just lovely. But these are just really special, pretty pieces. I love them. Okay, almost done. Let's do the Milagro. So one super fun thing about people's collections is there are things that were not purchased at my shop, like these beautiful Mexican Milagros. So if you're not familiar, these are also being like in a Mexican silver. So this silver mixed with a nickel or pewter or aluminum, some kind of metal. And a Milagro is just a Mexican version of like a rosary. It's a prayer, necklace for praying. And so all these little charms will dangle off it and people will pray. And so that's why there's like a little leg, a little eye. So people will pray for healing over that particular, part of their body. Or often they're just little prayer, shapes and things like that. And they're tied normally onto a ribbon. That's why some of them have the ribbon. And really, really special pieces. And so this is, going to be all sold as one lot. And then in that same collection, there was this little set of hands, and these are sterling. They're stamped sterling, and were marked sterling. So, but the same idea. They're meant to be on a Milagro. So this will be also sold as one set, but they're really, really special pieces. And they're antiqued, pieces. Let's see. Did we do the white bronze? Right. I don't know. But, right, we did the high polished bronze, and this is the white bronze, so there's a little bit of it. But it's a couple sets of cones and an infinity clasp. And then I think we just have the chain. So the gorgeous gemstone chain is in different lengths. I think it's either in the 2 or 3 foot lengths, and I'm going to leave them that way. I'm not going to cut them. So they'll be available just, as is. This one's beautiful sterling, like 4 millimeter jade and green jade. It's so pretty. I love the clusters because they're so lovely, as is. You just put a clasp on it and call it a day. Or you can cut them apart, right? And they make great little earrings or what have you. So there's the jade, and then there's a 3 foot piece of this garnet, red garnet. I'm sorry, this is so dark, but it's not. It's true, beautiful red color. It just looks dark on screen, but it's really lovely. It's a little smaller. These are like 3 millimeter. But I love this chain. So fun. This one is crystals. It's clusters, 2 feet, little cluster chain, and gold, though in vermeil, but with crystal. Just still so pretty. And it's a light amethyst color. It's really, really pretty. And then the last one is crystals that are just linked together, and this is more of a topaz color. So with the clusters, you can leave them as is or cut them apart. With these, I would leave this together personally, and either layer it with another chain, or make it into, a multi-strand. Right, so pretty. So, and these are great pieces. I was excited to find these amongst the other chains and things. So that is it. That is our little collection. And my customers will receive an email with all the instructions of when things will be ready to purchase and what have you. And I'm excited for you all to see it. So if you're still here, thank you so much for watching. I know I talk a lot in these, but it is really to save me time from writing out all the descriptions later. And again, to show you more samples and ideas and things like that. So thank you if you are still here. If this is public on YouTube and you're watching it for the first, on the channel for the first time, please like, subscribe, do all the things. I'll be having more videos coming soon as I have better light and that kind of thing. We'll get back into a lot more regular videos here soon. So thank you so much for joining me, and until next time, sparkle brightly like the star that you are. Mwah! Peace.